Vâng. Chứ có hát ao không ạ? Idioms.
Okay, so let's begin with today's agenda. Can you read the slide for me?
Vocabulary, systems, and antonyms, idioms, short reading and questions, word of the week, reading and comprehension, grammar of the day.
Reading comprehension. Can you say that word, comprehension?
Comprehension.
Good job. Okay. So let's have a short little challenge. Know what a synonym is?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna learn.
Is it like a more advanced way of something?
Kind of. So synonyms are words that
Like
have
saying something very differently, but the same meaning.
they basically synonyms have almost the same meaning. So an example for big is large, huge, gigantic.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay. So a little challenge. Can you type into the chat the two synonyms in each set of words? So from 1 to 6.
Type it.
Huh?
I have to type it, right?
Yes.
Oh no, I hate typing it in.
Okay, how about you say it out loud?
Okay.
So in question 1, out of 4 words, what are the two synonyms?
One toasty and tasty. Toasty, tasty.
Close. So out of the 4 words, there's 2 of the same words, or 2 words that are synonyms. So I'll give you the first answer. Okay. So the first answer is chilly and cool. Those are 2 synonyms.
Oh, I thought we were doing the bottom one. So.
Oh, no, it's okay. Whoops, ahead.
Okay, then I know. So.
Okay, so for number 2, what are the 2 words?
Toasty, eat, and cook.
Oh, no. So out of the 4 words, there's 2 words out of the 4 words that are synonyms. So in question 2, which one are the 2 synonyms?
Walk, crawl, run.
So out of the 4 words, which one are the most similar?
Bro, I don't get what you're meaning.
So, okay, so do you see the example here? Big, large, huge, gigantic. So in question 1, the 2 synonyms are chilly and cool because they
toasty,
so
cool. Walk and run.
That's 2 different things. What are 2
walk and crawl.
That's also 2 different things.
Then walk and stroll.
Yeah, walk and stroll. That is the synonym.
Argue and argue and.
So read each of the words, and out of the 4 words, what are the
argue and okay. Argue and confuse.
No, those have 2 different meanings.
Scare.
Okay, scare, and what is the other word?
Argue.
No, that's also 2 different meanings.
Frighten and argue.
That's also 2 different meanings.
But then which one is here? It says argue, scare, confuse, frighten.
Yeah, so out of the 4, what 2 are the most similar?
Scare and frighten?
Yes, you got it.
And I got it now.
Get it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for number 4, what are the two synonyms?
Bravery and courage.
Correct. Okay, for number 5,
Um, cook and eat.
close, but
Drink, eat, drink, eat.
they also have two different meanings.
Winner, I mean munch, eat. Oh, munch, eat.
Munch and eat. Good job. Okay, what's for number 6?
Paint and sketch.
Paint and sketch. Close. There are also two different meanings.
Draw and sketch.
Correct. Good job. Okay, so can you write a synonym for each word? For
Okay, thin would be 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 short.
thin, and what's a similar word to thin? Thin and skinny?
Yes, skinny.
Okay, how about for number 8? Tiny.
Tiny and small.
Good job. Okay, for number 9, store.
Store and shop.
Store, and can you say that again?
Store and shop. Shop.
Yes, store and shop. Good job. Number 10. What about number 10?
Fall and drop.
Good job. Yeah. Number 11.
Fall and drop.
Yes, that's correct. What about number 11?
Oh no. C and
C and
I.
that's two different.
Oh no.
You're close. You're close. What else?
A C.
Mhm.
I don't know. Oh no.
Okay, I can maybe it's let me give you a hint. Starts with the V.
C, blink.
See, blinking is another different word. What else? You're close. You're really close.
Squinting. Squint.
Okay, I'll give you the word. The word is view.
What did
V
you say?
and view.
You.
Yeah. Okay, number 12. How about friendly?
Nice.
Good job. Tasty?
Tasty. Delicious.
Yes.
Silent. Quiet.
Okay.
Smelly. Stinky.
Yes.
Smile. Frown.
That's that's actually the opposite. What's similar?
Oh, smile and grin.
Yeah, good job. Okay, how about 17?
Think. Think and think and I don't know.
Okay. I would say think and consider.
Consider
Okay.
and
18. Break.
um um break and broken.
That's the past tense of break. What's the similar word?
Break and Um, and crush.
Yeah, good job. You got it. Well done with the challenge. Okay,
That took a while.
it took a while, but you got it. You got the hang of it. So we're gonna learn about synonyms and antonyms. So synonyms means when they're the same. Antonym means when they are different. Okay? So can you read the slide for me?
What a cinema is the word that or nearly the same as another word. Um, as another word is lingual. For example, sentimental enough to essence some feature for what are real persons that small set like enormous giant big quiet fairly rather with the autonomous. Autonomous words that often means another common sentence are objective so words that they have their couple feeling good that been bad. Sure.
Good job. So this word is pronounced antonym. Yes, got it. Okay. So let's do another set of questions. Okay.
We'll take a break on
Can you say
like
that again?
we'll take a break and just be like um read read.
You want to just read?
Yeah, because we've been doing it for a while.
Sure, we can come back to this. Okay, let's go into reading then. Okay, reading.
Reading two piece two. Pictures of you by Ruby Kendon.
Pictures of the Year by Rochelle Prisman. Okay, can you read the slide?
People take lots of photos. Many people use cell phones in their daily life and with friends and family. Some photographs are real memorable. They can because you remember the photo. Some to know the event that hurt people record the important moments.
Yeah, so how do you think people recorded important moments?
Just, they drew it.
Could you say that again?
Maybe they drew it.
Yeah, maybe they drew it, or maybe they wrote it in their diary. Okay, let's find out what they did.
Some people told stories about others what they remembered. Some people, especially those they help them recall important memories, including those people. Artist when he draw a special picture of the event because each year's picture was decided on the Can you read the next paragraph?
Yes, so you were right. They drew it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the next one.
I think who was it? Elikona, somebody
Yes,
that drew it out.
yes, the Lakota leaders. Lakota leaders. They're Native Americans of the Lakota tribe.
What
Okay.
Lakota? Is this how like a tribe that was
Could you say that one more time?
thrown on paper? This winter, the news winter come. winter counts are important records of the Dakota's past.
Yes. So isn't that crazy how they were drawn on animal skins?
I know that. I already knew that.
Wow, I'm very shocked. And each year they added a new.
They had to kill trees in the past to make paper. But before that, they grew on animal skin.
Wow, that's different.
Because animal skin is thin like paper, and also if you lay it flat, it's easy to write on. So which is why they used it as paper.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's changed over the years. Started off with animal skin, now we have paper, and then now we can draw things,
Color paper.
right? Color paper, and then now we can draw on electronics. Okay, let's continue reading. Oh, now let's answer some questions.
Oh no.
Question one.
Can you read the questions to me and then I will answer it?
Sure. What is a winter coat count?
A painting made by an artist during the winter.
Painting, okay. And why did you choose that one?
Huh? Wait, what do you say?
Why did you choose that answer?
I mean number B. Number B. Is
Oh,
it B?
okay. Can you explain why you chose that answer?
Because we were talking about the Lakota making photos about it, so I think the
Each
winter
year.
count should be made after the Lakota.
Correct. That is the answer. A drawing that the Lakota tribe made of an important event each year. Okay. Number two. This article describes two different time periods. One time period is the present day. What is the second time period?
Within the last years, like before the cameras invented.
Okay, which answer do you want to lock in?
B.
B. And why did you choose B?
Because they were talking about things being made before the camera. Before they had a camera, what were they doing?
Yes, and that is correct. Good job.
Mm.
Okay, number three. The Lakota leaders would only choose one event to draw each year. Altogether, these pictures told the story of the Lakota tribe. Based on the evidence, what can you conclude? So what answer are we choosing here?
A.
Okay, and why did you choose A?
Because because the Lakota were much more useful when right now than the past because now we know the story. If they didn't have drawn that, we would have not known the Lakota even existed.
Good job. That is correct. And number four, what kind of photograph from today is most like the Lakota winter counts?
A, because they were talking about special events.
Correct. It is A. Well done. Okay, so now we're going to go into some words of the week. So these are our words of the week: fierce, vanish, challenge, genius, afford, and target. Okay? Can you read this slide for us?
Doesn't it? Is a fierce, distant, violent, inspiring, strong, and powerful. Examples of fierce wind prevented their race from taking place. Two men were murdered during the fierce fighting last weekend.
Okay. So can you create a sentence for me, like one of the examples
Wait,
of,
what did you say?
can you create a sentence for me? Like
What?
a sentence using the
It,
word fierce?
this lion is very fierce.
But can we make it sound like the examples? I want a story to be told within the sentence. So in this example, they're talking about the wind.
Why the lion is so fierce is because one time two men were murdered by a lion.
Yeah, good job. Okay, vanish. Can you read the slide?
Oh, I could already make it sentence without reading the definition. Can I tell you?
Yes, but let's go through the definition first.
One time there was a one time there was a person one time there was a person who vanished in third grade.
Okay, good job. So vanish is a verb, okay? To disappear from
It's
sight.
actually it's like disappearing.
Yes, especially quickly.
Mm.
Okay, challenge. Can you read the slide?
Challenge. No, it's something difficult or requires extra effort. So I was totally under the safety. Okay,
Okay,
I have one.
yeah.
MTAS was really challenging.
And why was it challenging?
MTAS was challenging for me because I forgot to study before.
Good job. Yeah, that's a better sentence. Okay. Genius. How about genius?
Carrie, make one. Genius.
Yeah,
Genius. Um, Albert Einstein was a genius and helped the world evolve.
good job. That is correct.
Evolve their technology.
Okay, afford. To be able to buy or do something because you have enough money or time. I
Um,
don't know.
I
Yeah,
I can't afford. I can't. I can't. I can't afford this. I can't afford this Bugatti.
yeah, good job. I'm impressed you know some famous car names. Okay, target.
Yeah, there's something like yeah, I forgot what was it called. I know it's something like a Toyota, but I don't remember what it's called.
That's okay. Okay, let's read the slide for target.
Target. Oh, can I already make one?
Sure.
I've been to the shop Target.
Okay, I've been to the store Target, but can we use it in the way that it's has?
My mom has brought me to Target. My
Okay,
mom brought me to Target.
that's good. Can we use it in the different context? So a target is a goal, something that it is aimed at. So,
Um, I was taking targeting. I was taking aerial class, and I almost hit the bullseye on the target.
yes, good
I was
job.
taking archery class. Archery.
Very good. Okay, so now it's time for some writing. Since you were able to create sentences for all of these words, now I want you to,
Oh no, I don't like writing.
I know, but you have to in this class.
Every time I have to type it.
Okay, you can write it on paper. I'll give you 5 minutes and then we'll take it up. I want it to be a short story and it has to cover all 6 words, okay?
Okay, I have to make sentences to write it down for all those words.
Yes. So a short little paragraph and it has to contain all 6 words. Can you do that? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes. You think that's enough time? Okay, so your time starts now, okay? And you can shout out any questions if you have it while writing your paragraph.
Done.
Great job. You did it even before the 5 minutes was up. Okay, do you want to read it out loud? Go ahead.
The first one, the free fluid makes the band. Second one, the third grade of band is the grade. The third one is MTAS was challenging because I didn't study. And then the fourth one's Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein helped us become a genius. You can't afford that Bugatti. I will the boat on something.
Can you repeat the last part again? You were breaking up.
I almost hit the bullseye on, on the target.
Good job. Okay, well done. So let's go do some idioms now. So I'll leave this worksheet for homework, okay?
Okay, can you copy paste that onto the homework test?
Yes. So idioms, cold feet. Feeling nervous or hesitant before an important event.
Oh wait, did cold feet like 100 times.
Oh, okay. Raining cats and dogs?
Uh, yeah, we also did that.
What does it mean?
Raining cats and dogs mean it's raining really hard.
Okay, good job. Two peas in a pod.
Two piece, I'm like, two piece in a pod, meaning two people are really similar
Okay, and how would you use
or
an example?
simulated. Um, and an example is like, Firefly and Mojang are like two peas in a pod.
Okay, good job. Okay, so let's continue to our third reading. Okay, Miss Johnson's plant experiment.
Okay, that one's like interesting.
Okay, can you read the slide?
Just a second grade teacher reached the teacher gloves bag and pulled out two. Once she hid the plants under the room, at her class together around the table and describe what they saw. They looked at the green ones. Sitting up, we noted Miss Johnson has some the soil was more than yeah, getting his skin under my fingernail is getting please on on the field and on other floor he asked for volunteers for waiting for the plant on the wood. Mr.
Promised her. Okay.
Plants will be a part of the forest following that. Can you read the next paragraph? Can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. 4 weeks later, Miss Johnson brought the plants back to the table and invited the class to describe them again.
Okay.
They don't look like each other anymore, Helen said excitedly. One plant is green and has some bright new green leaves, and the other plant has more yellow and brown leaves than green leaves, Nina explained. Okay, can you read the next one?
One plant bright green leaves, the other plant has some yellow and brown leaves. And green leaves near explained. One plant straight up and the other one's bent over, Lenny added.
Yeah, can you finish the slide?
Miss Jones asked the students, the boys just talked about around this plant and said it's really dry around this plant.
Max, describe. Okay, read the slide.
Providing Miss Jones explained proud of what she could do. Oh, I want to see yourselves. Just depend on what you want to go healthy.
Oh, you skipped a few. So they respond to where they live. What are the differences between where I put the plants and how we cared for them? Can you read the next sentence?
Miss Dawn is right. Plants are right. They're responsible where they live. Where are the difference? Where but the plants um um the butt dark corner and the other window shield. There's a lot of light. We wanted to plant the window, but we didn't want to plant the corner of the room. Right there was corners going healthy. It never since for quite one but the one is growing. That's right, with plants growing healthy, Mr. says. You're right, Mr. exclaimed Professor. Then she got real to see yourself. Plants depend on water and grow. Um, depend on where you water. Got to be healthy. Do you know if plants breathe? You know, the plants breathe. They have little openings on their roots. They look like mouths, but are too to see without a microscope. We breathe oxygen. With oxygen, plants breathe carbon dioxide. Plants take carbon dioxide from the air to build their leaves.
Okay, so can you summarize to me what happened in this slide?
Um, Miss Johnson was doing something that was like pranking her students and then making her study and then making them study what the plants are at the end. She's really happy that
So what can we conclude? What happens when you put it in the dark corner?
wait, what do you say? The dark corner one died.
Yes. And what happens when you put it in the light?
Wait, what do you say?
So the one in the dark corner died. And what happened to the one that was in the light?
Who's the light?
Yes, it started to grow and it was healthy. And we learned that plants can breathe.
Yeah, they're really little holes.
Yeah, they breathe in carbon dioxide.
Yeah, which is what we breathe out.
Yes,
So if you
correct.
bring a plant underwater, you have infinite air.
So plants are very vital to our everyday life. Okay, let's continue. Can you
Mm,
this slide?
wait, what? Oh, can you read some?
Yeah,
Can you
I'll
read a
read
few
the
paragraphs?
paragraph. Plants also take in water. This is why we need water plants so they will grow. They use their roots to
Okay.
suck up water into their bodies and the little openings on their leaves to breathe in carbon dioxide.
Okay.
So can you start from one to half?
Once they water and carbon dioxide, once they like are made of a bunch of tiny cells inside. Compounds are what green. Um. They're what makes what the parents release oxygen to air, which do what makes the plants be healthy. Light into sugar and oxygen. People release People, people release
Yeah, chloroplast.
chloroplast.
Correct. Chloroplasts are,
Wait, can you read some now?
yes. So read the two lines. So inside the cells are very little things called chloroplasts.
Oh
Chloroplasts,
wait, no, I already read that part.
okay, the sugar is for the food of the plants. The plants release the oxygen into the air. Humans and many animals breathe in. Can you read the next
Yeah. Why do plants need to grow to be healthy? Miss Jones asked. Because they need light and water. Both plants on the windows to get the lots of light and grow. Who would like to volunteer to water? And
Good job. Okay, so now we have two words for vocabulary, depend and healthy. Can you read the slide?
um,
So depend.
depend when people depend on another person.
Yeah, continue. So it is a verb when people,
Things her name and come back to my mom. Oh, when she was sick, usually depends on their parents for food every whatever.
so the other person or thing provides things that are needed. My grandmother depended on my mother a lot when she was sick. Children
Yeah.
depend on the parents for food and
Can you
everything
read this
else when
again?
they were little.
I'm lost here.
Okay, and can you read healthy?
And when you're healthy, you feel good and not sick. They go home every week to the fun enough to go back to school. And they say be healthier, healthier.
Okay, great job. So, can you create two sentences with the word depend and healthy, please?
All animals depend on plants.
Okay, and for healthy?
Um, I'm a really healthy person.
Okay, and why are you healthy?
I'm a really healthy person because I don't eat too much candy.
Good job. Too many candy. Okay, respond and soil. Can you read these two words, please?
When you respond to something, you react because they response. So we'll start the top way first is soil. Start soil.
Okay, and can you read the examples?
My uncle said she grew lots of vegetables because his garden has good soil. My mom covered her flower seeds in soil when you water them.
Perfect. And can you give me two sentences for these words, please?
I responded. I responded to a stranger.
And why did you respond to the stranger?
I responded to the stranger because the stranger was strange.
Say that again. You responded because?
Because the stranger looked a little too strange.
Okay. So respond means to say something back, right?
Yeah, I responded to my friend because it was a great question.
Yes. Good job. That is a better sentence to use a word.
And soil, soil is my mom used. My mom used great soil for our vegetable garden.
Good job. Well done. Okay, so now some questions. What does Miss Johnson ask her class to look at and describe?
Um, um, plants.
So is it A, B, C, or D?
2 plants.
Correct. What is compared and contrasted with the plant on the windowsill?
Wait, what did you say?
So question number 2. What is compared and contrasted with the plant on the windowsill?
A plant in the dark corner.
Correct. Number 3. Plants need light and water to be healthy. What evidence from the story supports this statement?
Wait, what did you say?
Question number 3. Can you read it out loud?
Plants need light and water to be healthy. What evidence does the story support this?
So what is the answer?
Um, D.
And why did you choose D?
Because he says what the plant on the windowsill, Miss John's students thought it was healthy, and then that was true. Because they did see the plant was healthy.
Correct. Because the windowsill provided light for the plant to be
Yeah.
healthy. Good job. Okay, can you read question 4? Almost done. 10 more minutes.
What happens to the dark corner? A.
Okay, and why did you choose A?
Because it grows poorly and does not stay healthy.
Correct. Okay, number 5. What is
What
the
must
passage mainly about?
B. What plants need to grow and be healthy?
Correct. Well done. And 6. Read the following sentences. Miss Johnson then asked the students to touch the soil and tell her about it. Grace said it's moist and dark brown around this plant. Max said it's very dry and light brown around this plant. What is the meaning of the word soil above? So what is the answer?
B.
Correct. Well done. Okay, can you read question 7 and tell me the answer?
D. As a result.
Okay, and can you read the sentence with the answer? So the plant on the windowsill.
Plant on the windowsill.
Mm-hmm.
The plant on the windowsill
Yes.
has big green leaves, and as a result, in the dark corner.
Does that make sense as a result? It's not resulting.
In particular, the plant in the dark corner has brown and yellow leaves.
I wouldn't say that's the correct answer. The correct answer is not C or D.
A.
Correct. The plant on the windowsill has bright green leaves. In contrast, that means, on the other hand, the plant in the dark has brown and yellow leaves. It is comparing the two. Okay.
It's a comparison.
Yes. Comparing and contrasting the difference. So, 8. Which plant gets water and a lot of light?
The one in the window.
Correct. Which plant does not get a lot of water?
The one
In the dark corner.
in the dark corner. Yeah, I forgot where we put it in.
Okay, number 10. What will probably happen to the plant in the dark corner after it is moved to the windowsill and gets water? Support your answer with evidence from.
Um, it would get a little better, but still wouldn't be perfect.
Can you say that one more time?
It wouldn't be perfect, but it would be a lot better.
Yes. It wouldn't be perfect like the one that was first grown on the
Yeah,
windowsill, but it will definitely grow a little bit more healthier and maybe hopefully change color if it gets enough light and water.
yeah, maybe a little extra water.
Okay, and let's do some grammar. Okay,
Two,
can you read the slide?
party two. What is a party two? Because two is two.
But they mean different things. So how would you fix that?
Oh no.